Hello, everyone. This is part of my Esoterica series, the degradation of spirits in Hell Realm. That's what this place is designed to do. It is designed to degrade spirits, not just bodies, not just minds, not just societies or civilizations. It is designed to degrade spirits. You're in a demonic realm. They want you to become demonic like them. Whatever they are, all right? You might not call them demons. Some of you are very resistant to using that word. You don't like the word for some reason. Bothers you for some reason. So be it. This realm is trying to turn you into that. It's trying to take what you are. It's trying to take your care, including your care for others, your care for truth, your care for yourself. It's trying to remove your compassion, your empathy, your kindness, all of that. Take your personality, take your being, your identity, and your spirit. If you pay attention, some of you may have noticed family members that don't seem the same as they were when they were children or perhaps teenagers. Maybe they made it into their 20s with their personality the way they were. I don't know. The situation varies. It's not all the same. But I've noticed people that can't make it to 30 years old without becoming demonic. And I remember them being different when they were young children. This realm has an impact on spirits. It's designed to do that. It's not broken. Okay? It's designed this way. And there's no evidence that it was a utopia or perfect or made by us and that it was hijacked and corrupted. As far as anyone can tell, that's just hopium. As far as anyone can tell, this place has always been running this way, with lies, deceptions, evil, and control, designed to degrade us. I don't just mean humiliate us or degrade us verbally, degrade us spiritually, lifetime upon lifetime. Reincarnation is happening. It isn't just one lifetime of spiritual degradation. It's happening again and again and again. Now, maybe they don't get you the first lifetime. Maybe it takes you coming back right here in Hell Realm for 1,000 lifetimes. Maybe it takes 1,000,000 for some of you. Maybe you can hold out. But a lot of people are not focused or haven't been focused on getting out, figuring out where they are. That's what I've noticed in one lifetime here. This is my only lifetime here. I'm new here. So some people have said, well, Stephen, you must be an old soul to have this kind of spiritual knowledge. I call it spiritual wisdom because wisdom is different from knowledge. I much prefer wisdom than people saying he has so much knowledge and so much information. I have spiritual wisdom and lessons, teachings that I'm trying to share here. That's what I'm doing in case you missed the point. Anyway, some people have said, you must be an old soul. You must have spent many lifetimes here to learn that. No, it's quite the opposite. The longer you're here, the less you know, the less you remember, the more you're drained and degraded. You get degraded. How do I mean? Leave a car somewhere for 50 years out in the elements. Well, what happens? The paint comes off, starts rusting out, turns into a rust bucket. Have you ever seen some of those old Model Ts or older vehicles from the 1920s or 30s left out in a farmer's field just to rust away? They just become so rusty you can't even tell it was a fucking vehicle. So what's my point? That's what this realm does, not just to steal. It does it to beings. It does it to minds. It does it to bodies. Look at the bodies that rot. Look at roadkill. Look at dead animals. What do you think happens if you leave a dead body of a human out there in the elements? Well, it rots and degrades. But everything here does, if you notice the pattern. Some people will say, oh, people have noticed that pattern of rust and corrosion. Have they talked about it with spirits? Spiritual degradation? No, I think they stop short with the material. Flesh and blood and steel and houses and all that stuff. Yeah, all of that breaks down, degrades. But so do spirits. See, that's part of my model. Some people don't like to admit to that that's my model. That's not Gnosticism. The Gnostics didn't talk about this. The more lifetimes here, the more you get degraded. If you're a new spirit here, and it's your first lifetime, you have a better chance of realizing early on, oh, I'm in a bad place. I don't belong here. This is not my home. All of these thoughts ran through my mind as a young boy, as a baby, and a young toddler. I knew this is not my home. I've known it my whole time here. I don't care whether you believe me or not, because your beliefs don't matter. Beliefs are easy. So are your empty fucking opinions that humans insist that that's their freedom. It's not freedom. Every idiot in this realm has tons of opinions that are empty, baseless, no evidence. They can't back it up. They're just spewing garbage. And I don't respect that. They're lazy. Lazy-minded and lazy spiritually. Lazy intellectually. Anyway, this place is designed to degrade spirits. And they'll have you wrapped up in the material saying, well, fruit rots and this rots, and if you leave milk out and meat and dead animals and this and that and steel rusts and this this corrodes and this gets degraded and the elements will dry rot plywood and it will do this, and it's that way with everything here. Everything breaks down. Everything's constantly being maintained or repaired, or bridges will collapse, for example. It's just one example. That's the way this realm is. It's designed to do that, including to spirits. And it's also designed to make you demonic, which is what they want. They want to turn you into what they are in this place. Some of you don't understand this. Some of you have asked me questions about this, which is fine. I'm not bitching or complaining about that. Some have said, Stephen, can this place degrade spirits? Or are we eternal? You might be eternal, but capable of being degraded. Doesn't take away your eternal aspect, but that might not be the case for everyone. We might be different. There might be spirits here that are not eternal, that can be degraded to the point where they just no longer exist. It might take 10,000 lifetimes here. I don't know for sure. Neither do you. So this is part of my theory, part of my model. But I've observed spiritual degradation here, in one lifetime. So I suspect that if you keep reincarnating here, it gets worse and worse, and it compounds. The degradation, lifetime to lifetime, you carry it with you. It gets worse. It doesn't get better. I don't think you get stronger or smarter or more spiritually wise by coming back here again and again and again and again and again and again. I'm just trying to share as much as I can in this one trip here. And that's it. So when you say, help us, Steve, I am trying to while I'm here. But once I'm gone, I'm gone. I'm not coming back. So you better pay attention here if you want to learn from me. Or go somewhere else. You don't have to stay on my channel. Go away. Go watch a shit channel, as I call them. Team Evil channels, the shady bunch, the shit channels, the fakes, the grifters, the shills, the ones that just make videos for money. Without the money aspect, they wouldn't be making fucking videos. If they didn't get paid for it, or if they had enough money where they didn't have to make YouTube videos, they wouldn't do it. It's all about the money. So I don't know why you put stock or faith in what they're doing. It's about the fucking money. They're doing it for the money. Some of you can't figure that out. So be it. Take another spin in the bin. You've had all of this explained. You don't have any excuses left. And that's what humans are experts at, making excuses. A lot of times they don't make sense. They don't have to make sense. You just expect people to believe your excuses and nod their heads and say, okay, I understand. You're all out of excuses. It's learn now or pay later. It's that simple. They want to make you demonic. They want to drain you of your spiritual essence. They want to take what is the most sacred away from you and toxify it and bespoil it and drain you of whatever is good, the goodness in you, and make you demonic, make you selfish, make you the way they are, turn you into them. Now, that might not happen in a day or an hour or a second or in a week or a month. It's a gradual process. It doesn't just happen at the snap of a fingers. But you can observe it. You can observe that phenomenon happening here in this realm if you pay attention, which I know many can't do. They have no attention span, nor can they pay attention, and they're lazy and they don't remember. They don't remember, let's say, their favorite first cousins or their siblings and what they were like at 5 years old, 7, 10, 11, 12, 15, 18, 21. They don't recall. Forget the movie Total Recall. Some of you have zero recall. You don't remember your childhood. And I know some people will say it's trauma, Stephen. I can't help it. I know. I already know. I already know everything that, well, not everything. Sorry, I'll take that back. I already know a lot of what people are going to say. I don't know everything that people are going to say, but I know a lot of it because I've heard it so many times. And a lot of people say the same things. They're typical. They're not unique. They come up with the same excuses. And I know you have to work your 9-to-5 job and you have to do this. You don't have time and it's overwhelming the amount of excuses. I know NASA didn't land on the moon, but if you piled up humanity's excuses, it would go a lot fucking further than the moon. Because that's what this realm does. People make excuses. They make excuses why they'll be here for thousands of lifetimes and not be able to get themselves out. They don't want freedom. They want excuses. And they show that by what they do. Their behavior, their actions show it. Most people are full of excuses. They're not full of ideas. They're not full of originality or original creative ideas or solutions or theories or models. They're not full of that. They're full of laziness. Maybe not physically. They might work a physical manual labor job, but they're mentally lazy and spiritually lazy. They don't want to think about this stuff. Most walking around in this realm have no interest in this. Zero. And some of you are foolish enough to think you can force them to look into it. You'll never force them to look into this. This place is designed this way. A lot of you can't even come to terms with that. I don't know why I get frustrated. I should just cut you loose and say, well, so be it. It's your choice. You don't want to come to terms with this. And I know, I see it on other channels. I see it from one saying this place could have been, maybe we can do this and fix this place or make it better or make it. Go ahead, work the rest of your fucking life. Bang your head against a reinforced concrete wall until you're on your deathbed. For the rest of your life, bang your fucking head against a wall and harm yourself. Stupidly, foolishly. This, of course, is just a metaphor. I'm not telling you to actually do that physically. It's a proverbial brick wall that you're banging your head against. But people seem to love doing that. That's reality. You don't have to agree. You don't have to understand. You don't have to be able to visualize. I know a lot of you can't do that. I'm not saying it to put you down. I'm just saying it because it's fucking frustrating dealing with humans that are so limited in so many ways. They can't remember what was said yesterday. They can't visualize things. If I say visualize a cube, it's just like dealing with a million different limitations with people where I don't know how to teach you. I've tried so many different ways with analogies and metaphors and showing a model this way and visualize this whole matrix as a black cube and different levels and do it this. And I've tried so many different ways. But the limitations of most people here, it doesn't get through. It doesn't sink in. If it did, you'd know for sure what this place is. That's how I know whether you're getting it or not. And I know most of you don't. You'll go to other channels. You go back to shit channels and say stupid things like, oh, I went to his channel and he just keeps saying it's a hell realm. And that's all you get. Like that. That's showing me you might have read the title of my book, but you didn't read the book. You didn't go through it. You didn't study it. You should do more than read the book, or in this case, study my videos, my content. Study, not just watch. Study them. Study like you're doing research. And take it seriously. Be sincere about it. Be dedicated to it. That's what you should do, in my view. Do I think most people will do that? No, I don't. I don't. I don't think most in this realm, if paid to study what's important or the most important truth topics, they wouldn't do it. That's the way humans are. Some of you are very confused. When you hear me talking about lost causes or FUBAR or unreachable, I'm not talking about one or two people on fucking YouTube. I'm talking about the vast majority of the population walking this earth or wheeling around in wheelchairs on this earth or on crutches or whatever the case may be. I don't think that's truly understood by most. You can hang on to false hope if you want and hopium. You can smoke your hopium pipe right until your deathbed if you want to. I don't think it will help you. I think that's foolish, and I think it's self-sabotage, and you're only harming yourself by clinging to something that is not true, and instead of focusing on what is true and what's observably true and what you can do about things when you're on your way out. But if you want to do that, that's up to you. You do have those choices. You can choose to be stupid and foolish and hang on to the idea that you're going to fix this place. And then that's where most of your energy is going to go, because you haven't come to terms with the realization this can't be fixed. It's not broken. It's designed this way. And it is degrading spirits every day, all over. All over. Whether it's the first world, second world, or third world. The north, the south, the east, the west. Everywhere. You could say that's sad, but I know that's a coping mechanism for humans. Because you don't want to think about it and face it. So you go into feelings and say, well, that's sad, that's sad, that's sad. That's what some people do. Then they avoid really coming to terms with it. Now, some people might say it's sad at first and then come to terms with accepting that it is this way. You might not like it, but acceptance of something doesn't mean you like it or support it. This is a realm of degradation. This is a sewer matrix. Your food is grown in shit, whether you like it or not. You don't have to like it. You should be honest, though, and face the truth. You should try honesty for once. Some of you have lived a long time without being very honest with where you are. You've lied to yourself about this place. And I know that's true. I know there's definitely some on my channel, it might be most of you. You've lied to yourself most of your life about where you are, about what this place is, that it could be made better, that we could, quote, take out the elites as they keep talking in these shitty channels, all get together. It's all pipe dreams and copium and bullshit to keep you here. Because if you focus on that and you get recycled and lose your memories, you're back to square one. You're starting from fucking scratch. And in your next lifetime, where are you going to find my channels? Is there even going to be a YouTube? If you're put in some kind of stasis for 15 Earth years after you pass away, and then get reincarnated? Is there even going to be a YouTube? Are there going to be channels like mine? Is there going to be someone like me that you'll find again? Why would you count on that? Why would you risk it? To focus on bullshit. You're not going to be here forever, but some of you are focused on, we can fix this place. I think you're delusional. And I think you're full of hopium. And I think this realm is working on you and degrading you. And you don't want to admit it. In fact, you want to stay here, some of you, as long as you can. I would suspect that there might be 20,000 or more proofs that this is a hell realm, that reincarnation of spirits is happening, and that it doesn't end here, and proofs that show that this is designed this way. And it's a puzzle. They don't stand alone. Each little proof doesn't stand on its own. It all connects. And that's what I've worked on my whole life, to be able to show it to people. And then after that, I realized that so few are interested and so few take it seriously. They mock it, of course. That's what you do. That's what humans do in this realm. They mock me, and they mock my model. They mock what I'm doing. That's just another sign of where they belong. They don't belong with me. They don't belong out there in eternity in paradise. They belong here. I wouldn't want them around me here in this hell realm, much less out there to bespoil and toxify and ruin and destroy paradise or any paradise realms that may exist or that may be created. They would ruin all of it. That's their role. That's what they do. It's what they do. Some of you haven't come to terms with that either. You think you can save the demons and change them into something, but they're not. Well, why don't you work on changing a butterfly into a killer whale, an orca? Why not? Well, you might say that's impossible, but what you're trying to do already is fucking impossible. But you're just too full of ego and stubborn to and lack of self-awareness and to admit it. You're not going to fix this place. This is a degradation realm. If you want to focus on that, you go right ahead. But I think that leads you into the recycling bin. I don't think it leads you to freedom. Do you want freedom? Or do you want to keep getting degraded here? That's up to you. I hope you choose wisely, but that's just hope. It's up to you. It's up to you. And I wonder how many of you take it seriously and realize that you have a real chance of getting out of here if you take it seriously.